So this video is going to be about Donald Trump's surrender to the Georgia authorities in his latest indictment. And so many of you may have heard that he's been given a $200,000 bond. And so at this point, there's no warrant for Donald Trump's arrest. There's no notice to appear. These would be what we would see in a typical criminal case. Notice to appear would be when the officer charges you with something but does not arrest you. You just get a court date. Then if you fail to show up, then you can be issued a bench warrant or a warrant for your arrest. In this case, there was negotiations between the prosecutors and Donald Trump's attorneys, and he was given a $200,000 bond. So he pays that money, and then he gets release conditions, some of which will probably come out in the next coming days. And then he'll be free to continue campaigning and all of those things. And so this, once he is, I guess the difference about this case is that typically when a defendant is either arrested or processed or surrenders, they get fingerprinted, they have their mugshot taken, and they get booked. And in all the other indictments and surrenders that Donald Trump has done so far, that hasn't happened. He hasn't had a mugshot taken. However, in Georgia, it appears we will get one. And so after this, he's going to be essentially out on bond and released for 4 different cases. And he should be, careful to not violate the terms of his release, which could be no contact with, no intimidation of witnesses, perhaps no restrictions on travel. We don't really know. No commenting on the prosecution. Most important conditions is he can't reveal evidence that the prosecutors have and make it public. And if he violates that, then essentially he could be incarcerated and have to continue his campaign from prison, which he has said that he is willing to do. And then what happens after the surrender typically would be the arraignment, and that's when he has the charges read against him and usually given copies of the indictments or informations, and then he would enter a plea. We would likely predict that he will plead not guilty and seek a trial. We also would predict that he is going to seek to have the case removed to federal court, and obviously the reason for that would be to obtain a more favorable jury, because the jury pool currently would be just the people living in Fulton County, which are, I think, obviously not the same political party as Donald Trump. So we'll be on the watch for what's going to happen with his Georgia case, and we expect that there'll be a lot of Secret Service around him during that time, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching.